Jordan. It's gotta be Jordan. Come on.
Without Michael Jordan, you wouldn't have LeBron James. So my answer is MJ.
I'm going with LeBron. Dude was built in a laboratory. He's just a specimen unlike anything we've seen in sports.
Obviously, it's Michael Jordan. 6 NBA rings, never lost once in the NBA Finals. He did it at a time in an era called the golden age of the NBA.
LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan.
Even though we went to North Carolina, there's no arguing with the greatest of all time.
Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Even the people who argue the point, deep down inside they know.
LeBron is the best player in NBA history. He has better all-around talent than Jordan. This is backed up by traditional and advanced stats, and he played in a far more tumultuous era where he has to deal with super teams and player mobility.
It takes a GOAT to know a GOAT, and the GOAT is Jordan.
Welcome to Bridgeside Network. I'm Mr. Bridgeside, and this is Brooklyn Versus, the show where the best argument wins. Two challengers face off in a heated argument about pop culture or lifestyle topics. And tonight, we're arguing a very, very heated debate. Who is the GOAT in basketball? Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Here to challenge their point, Chris Cross Lazzaro is here to defend the honor of MJ, Michael Jordan. And
that's
challenger
me!
number 2.
Woo!
That's Chris. And another Chris. It's Chris versus Chris tonight. We got Chris Guttadaro here to defend the honor of King LeBron James. Guys, I'm very excited for this one.
Let's go.
Very excited for this one. And this show, we're going to go through different type of topics with different arguments, themed arguments. And at the end, we'll determine a winner. I will be the almighty judge, and I will choose the best argument, not whether I agree with the argument. It's whether I agree or not, who comes here with the best case, as if I didn't know what they were talking about. All right, guys? May the best argument win. And we're going to start with Chris here. Oh, and I should say the winner gets a mystery prize and also gets the last word, as any good argument does. At the end, they'll get to sign off with their last word. So we're going to start off with Chris Cross Lazzaro, and this segment is called
30-second argument.
That's what it says. 30 seconds to defend your case uninterrupted by either me or the other challenger. Chris, you're going first, and your 30 seconds starts now.
Do I really have to explain why Michael Jordan is the best player of all time? Go try to buy his merchandise on eBay or Amazon. You know how much money it costs? There's a reason for that. 6 titles when he was in the prime of his career. Once he got past the Detroit Pistons, the guy never lost. He took a year and a half off to play baseball. When he came back, he ran the league again. 3 years, left on his own terms. He's not like all these other bums that play until they fall apart. Jordan was the king. And guess what? His Wizards years were underrated as well. He inspires.
All right, that's
other
it. That's your 30 seconds. All right, you got a few things in there. I'm going to go right on to Chris Guttadaro. And again, Bridgesider comments. We're going to take your comments in a little bit. And we have Stella and Steven on the chat. And we're going to go right to Chris Guttadaro here with your 30 seconds. And it will start now.
LeBron James all day. First off, rings are an important part, but Brian Scalabrine has more rings than Barkley, Malone, Ewing. He's not better than them. So that's part of the reason why LeBron is the ultimate GOAT. LeBron has been in about 45 more playoff games than Jordan. LeBron is third all-time scoring. He's like 6'9", 250. I think Jordan was barely 200, if that. That's me being generous. LeBron would take Jordan to the hole. Jordan would never be able to stop him. Also, Jordan had a better supporting cast around him. Rodman and Pippen, better than Wade, Bosh,
All right.
Love.
You got through your 30 seconds. Now we're going to go on just right into the next segment called
Follow-up.
I'm going to ask you guys some follow-up questions here, and I will start with Chris Cross. Now, we talked about, you talked about Jordan's brand. You talked about, just his merchandise. But let's go to what is the greatest of all time mean? What does the GOAT mean? Is it better brand or better player? What is it? More championships? What do you think?
Listen, you don't need me, 32-year-old random guy from Brooklyn, to defend the honor of Michael Jordan, because the guy's been around and has been a legend for 30 years already. What do I mean by this? To be the greatest, kids growing up all over, not only the country, but the world, wanted to be Air Jordan, want to be like Mike. They want to be like Mike because his slam dunks.
But how is that? What's
That's a good
it mean to be the
example.
best player of all time?
What does it mean?
Yes, that's the question.
What does it mean to be the best player of all time? Is setting the example for the future. Not only the league, everybody in the league wanted to look up to Mike, and if they were against him, they were afraid of him. But to be the greatest means that you're setting trends for the rest of the world. Nobody wanted to be like
On the
Charles
court or
Barkley,
off the
be like-
court? On the court or off the court, or both?
Both. Players in the NBA want to be like Mike.
So you're saying the
kids
character
all
has
over
to
the
come
world.
into play? Does character come into play as a human being to determine
and
who's the
guess
best
what?
of all time?
Guess what? Michael Jordan got ready, after every game, he put his suit on, and he approached the media in a way where he became well-spoken. And
But my question is, no, you're saying a lot of fluff. Let's get to the point. Is it character dependent on being the greatest? Can you have crappy character but still be considered the best player of all time?
It depends what you're referring to the greatest, and I'm going to say the greatest is on the court. We're talking about on the court. So Michael Jordan is the greatest on the court.
Okay, I got to go to Chris G here. Chris G. Now, shortly, we don't want to delay this. Get right into what means to be the greatest player of all time in any sport. What, or is it different in the NBA actually?
Well, I can answer for both. So greatest of
Please
all
do.
time is when to me, it's what you do on the court, your performance, championships, statistics, obviously records that you may or may not have. Also, when somebody mentions a sport, it's like, who does every person in the world think of? NBA could be, I would think, LeBron. For boxing, Muhammad Ali, maybe NFL, Tom Brady. The greatest of all time to me. And above that, it's also statistics, like I said, performance. I know LeBron James, that he came back from a 3-1 deficit to win a championship against the Warriors, who were 73-9. To me, that's the equivalent of beating a team that's better than Jordan, because that was the single season record. LeBron, third all-time scoring. Maybe we'll get first. He's in his 17th career season, I believe. I think he'll get a couple more rings.
But you're going off from my questions. My questions were
tell you what
the
it
greatest.
means,
You kind
right?
of said the greatest, but is it different in the NBA?
Is it different in the NBA?
Is it a different standard in the NBA? Do championships matter more in the NBA than other sports?
In the NBA, do championships matter more? I would say it's equal to other sports.
Okay.
But
that's it. We're moving on. Chris Cross.
All right.
Same question. Is championships different? Is championships more important in NBA than other sports?
I'm such a sport expert that it's such an easy question to answer. Yes, because baseball is the least important, because in baseball it's ridiculously hard to win championships because one player doesn't make a difference like they do in basketball. The most in basketball, actually. That's
Okay.
why in basketball the best team always wins.
All right.
Barry Bonds has no
All right,
titles.
save this because we're going on to the next segment, guys.
War of Words.
All right, in this segment, guys, this is where the two challengers go face off against each other and just straight up argue. We'll start off with Chris Cross. Continue what you were saying. Get this ball rolling.
No, I mean, forget about the fact that baseball, is less important when it comes to championships. The bottom line is, I could debunk every single LeBron James thing that he's done.
Well, debunk it now. Let's go, Chris G.
I should let him talk and just look confused. He's lost out there. Let him be lost.
No, this is war of the words,
Come on.
buddy. You got to fight.
Oh, come on. All right.
Guys, this is best argument wins. This is not who's right here. This is who's has the better
Listen,
argument.
Pippen, all right. Pippen and Rodman, in my opinion, would defeat any two players that played with LeBron, whether it's Irving and Love, whether it's Wade and Bosh. I think Rodman would bully Bosh. He would definitely bully Kevin Love. And Scottie Pippen, I think in today's NBA, Scottie Pippen would definitely be top 5. And let's not forget,
Chris, do you agree with
LeBron-
that? What do you have to say? This is war of the words, guys. This is back and forth.
There's not enough time for me to go through.
Everything.
I could debunk every single
Well, this is your time, man.
LeBron has made in his career
When
while
LeBron left the
while
Cavs,
complimenting Jordan. Hold on. Let me debunk LeBron first.
There's
and
no
then I'll
holding
get
on.
to
You
Jordan.
can talk over
when
until I
LeBron
stop.
left the Cavs, they had about 41 less wins. When Jordan left after his first three-peat, the Bulls had 2 less wins. That's how much of a value LeBron was.
LeBron James, crybaby himself, LeBron James couldn't win a title.
Wasn't?
Hold on.
Hold on, he said. You hold on.
He had to join forces with, at the time, Dwayne Wade, a top 3 player in the league, and Chris Bosh.
Dwayne Wade was not top 3. Dwayne Wade was not.
He was top 3 in the league after Kobe Bryant.
No way.
So LeBron had to steal his title.
Kobe Harden, Durant, Westbrook, all better. All better.
All right.
Not at that time. Not at that time.
All right, I'm stopping it here.
100%.
We're going to go to some quick Bridgesider comments. Thank you all watching the stream. And Chris Tufer, broken up in syllables. Best player of all time. Backs up all smack. Plays like a champ. Clutch. Undefeated in the finals. Be humble by showing how your game came about, using examples like players before him. LeBron hasn't. There was another comment I saw here. Oh, Nevin Cummings, setting an example for the future. Perfect LeBron James made a high school. To go off your comment in the beginning, set an example for future. So you get kind of both sides of that, guys, with that comment. And guys, I'm going to come back to one more time after closing arguments if you have any more comments to help sway me. And we're going to go right into it, guys.
Closing arguments.
All right, Chris Cross, this is your last couple sentence statement, just stating your final claim and why your argument is better than Chris G.
Michael Jordan never lost championships in the prime of his career. His supporting cast was not nearly as good as LeBron James' supporting cast. LeBron James, when he was on the Heat, he stole those championships. He goes to Cleveland. Draymond Green gets suspended. That's how he won his 3rd title. Then he's a self-proclaimed best player of all time. He hasn't accomplished anything without an excuse. I'm only breaking down his 3 championships. Let's get to all the celebrating he did before winning titles. He's a showboat. He's a showboat when he doesn't deserve it. He's top 5 of all time, no doubt about it. But he's not on Michael Jordan's level.
Okay.
Are you watching The Last Dance?
All right,
Michael
we're going to go to Chris G
pushed
here.
his teammates and inspired
It's
them.
Chris G's turn. Chris G, your closing argument.
All right, listen. It's not about what kind of bad sneakers you sell for decades or what documentary that sells to Netflix that makes you a good player. That has nothing to do with being a GOAT. But
I said, have you watched
James?
This is his closing argument.
Closing argument. He said it. So, but anyways, like I said, LeBron James, when he left the Cavs the first year after without the Cavs, they were like dead last. Probably had about like 17 wins. The Pippen and the Bulls were still contenders that made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Lost Game 7 to the Knicks, and let's not forget that also LeBron beat Durant, Harden.
All right,
Westbrook.
This is the long closing arguments. I'll let it go. We said 2 to 3 sentences, guys. We are now at the point where I have to make a decision. But before I make a decision, I'm going to go back for another couple Bridgesider comments. Andrew Conte says Jordan has arguably the best coach in NBA history for his entire career, his entire run. Who was LeBron's coach? Nevin Cummins said. LeBron James is going to set the all-time record for points. He'll be the number in the top. He'll be number in the top 5 in assists of all time as well. All right, guys, I've come down to my decision, and maybe I'll tell you at the very end what I think about who the greatest player. But that is not what this show is about. It's the best argument wins. And I have made a decision. Now, while Chris Cross, I did ask you a couple questions and you went to brand and setting the example, but that's a bad argument. Setting an example is a bad argument because LeBron sets a great social example. I also asked a couple times for both of you to answer questions and you kind of just started telling me stats and not answering the questions. So if I had to give points off for both of you, when I ask a question, you got to get right to it. And I will say this, and your closing argument, Chris Cross, you lost me because you focused more on why LeBron James isn't and not why Michael Jordan in his greatness isn't the best. You focused more on that.
Because I didn't have a chance to.
I'm giving the best argument tonight to Chris G. Chris G, you have won the all special Bill Russell 8x10 picture I found on eBay worth $11, representing the 11 rings he won. Also, he has the NBA record for 12 finals appearances, NBA record 10 appearances in a row, and NBA record 11 wins. And he was considered widely by many to be the best defensive player. He averaged 22-plus rebounds a game. Potentially could be the greatest player, but that's an argument for another time. Chris G., we're ready for your last word.
The last word.
And go for it.
LeBron. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. LeBron.
Last single word. LeBron. I like it, guys.
That's it.
All right.
Microcosm.
Guys, that's it. The best argument won. I'm not saying I think LeBron is not the greatest until he wins with a third team. But so I'd give it to Jordan right now. If LeBron wins with a third team, I'd give it to him. Thank you guys for all the comments. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the Bridgeside Network. Help us support us as we support artists and help you start rolling, guys. We'll see you on the Bridgeside. We out. Go Bridgeside.